Does it seem like every time you try to lose some body fat, you just become skinny instead? Your strength dwindles and now you just feel weak. Are you ready to stop starving yourself into losing weight and actually take care of your body while losing fat? If so, today's episode is just for you. I'm going to give you several hacks to help you maintain muscle and maybe even gain some muscle while you lose fat, and you won't even feel terrible doing them. Get yourself a snack, tighten your ponytail, and let's jump right in. Tired of feeling exhausted after training? Confused about how to fuel your body without all the food rules? Welcome to Female Sports Nutrition, where I'll help you fuel strong, build muscle, and perform your best, all while breaking free from diet culture. I'm Kristen, a sports dietitian, trainer, and Jesus lover, and I'm here to help you fuel with freedom. Lace up your shoes, grab that smoothie, and let's jump in. Ready to fuel your body, build muscle, and boost performance without having to diet at the same time? Are you looking for a tribe of positive, motivating, and uplifting women that will help you when you're struggling? Join my Facebook group, Female Sports Nutrition. Inside, you'll get meal prep and planning hacks, sports nutrition guidance without selling your soul to diet culture, accountability, a supportive group to share your wins with, and you'll even get a free gift while you're there. What are you waiting for? Join the Female Sports Nutrition Facebook group, and I'll drop the link below for you in the show notes. Did you know if you are doing a crash diet or a low-calorie diet, like a 1,200-calorie diet, research shows that you can lose several pounds of muscle mass. And if you are doing a very low-calorie diet, under 1,200 calories a day, like the people that are doing keto and intermittent fasting at the same time, can lose up to 25% of their lean body mass without intervention. That's a really high amount of lean mass wasted because you were basically starving yourself into losing weight. So today we're going to take a radically different approach. Instead of starving yourself into losing body fat, we're actually going to learn how to take care of our bodies and treat our bodies nicely so that our bodies will lose body fat but maintain muscle at the same time. So in the title, I called these hacks, but I don't really know that they're hacks per se, but they're definitely things that you should be following if you are trying to lose some body fat and you don't want to lose your muscle mass at the same time. And let's be honest, we don't want to lose muscle mass because it's going to help with producing power during our training sessions. It's going to help with our performance. It's also going to help protect our bones and our joints. Plus, it's going to help with our metabolism, which is further going to help you with losing fat in the future. When you do a low-calorie diet or a crash diet trying to lose weight, your body basically resets on that amount. So let's say if you were eating 2,000 calories a day and now you go down to 1,200 calories a day, your body's job is to keep you alive. So it's going to do whatever it can to keep you alive, including resetting the amount of energy that it burns per day down from 2,000 calories a day to now 1,200 calories a day. So that means when you have finished your diet and you go back to eating the same way that you were before, back up to 2,000 calories a day, you are now in a 800 calorie a day surplus, which means that you are going to gain weight fairly rapidly, which is why crash dieting does not work. So we're going to talk about a better way to lose body fat, but maintain your muscle at the same time. So hack number 1 is to eat more protein. Protein has a higher thermic effect of food. That's basically the amount of energy that your body's going to burn just to digest the protein. So protein has a thermic effect of food of around 20 to 30%, meaning you'll burn more calories from protein compared to the same amount of calories from carbohydrates or fats. Now, that doesn't mean that you can just go on a diet of all protein and never eat carbohydrates and fats, because if you've listened to any of the other episodes in this podcast, you'll know that carbohydrates and fats are very important. Protein is also important for muscle preservation. So basically, it's going to heal and repair and build muscle, which is going to maintain your muscle mass during fat loss. So muscle is going to also be more metabolically active than fat, meaning it burns more calories at rest. So we definitely want to keep that muscle mass there, and you need protein to make sure that you're keeping that muscle mass there. It's also going to provide satiety and make you feel fuller longer, which is going to help you to reduce your overall calorie intake, which will potentially aid in fat loss, but you won't feel like you're starving. Everyone's protein needs are going to be slightly different, so I'm not going to give you an exact number today, but I will say that it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight. Now, this is, again, something that is very different for everybody. So this is where I would suggest reaching out to me if you feel like you need help calculating your protein needs, and I can help you with that. And I'll drop a link below on how you can do that. Another note on protein is you really want to make sure that you're prioritizing high quality protein sources with higher concentrations of branched chain amino acids or BCAAs, particularly leucine. Leucine is one of those amino acids that basically turns on muscle building or muscle protein synthesis. And so you want to make sure that you're getting a good amount of that over the course of the day. So examples of foods that contain a high amount of branched chain amino acids are whey protein, egg, animal sources of protein. And if you are a vegetarian or a vegan, you can do plant-based sources like soy, rice, pea proteins. Those are all good options as well. Hack number 2 is to eat more fiber. Fiber is going to add bulk to your digestive system, and that's going to help you to feel fuller longer. And it's also going to help to reduce calorie intake. And this is really going to be helpful during times where you're trying to lose fat. Basically, it's going to help you to not feel so hungry and going to prevent you from overeating. It's also going to slow down the absorption of carbohydrates, which is going to prevent the rapid spikes in your body weight. And it's also going to help prevent blood sugar crashes as well. And blood sugar crashes is when you start to feel very lightheaded, foggy, hangry, and you're just going to eat anything. So there are 2 different types of fibers. There's soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber acts as a food source for your good bacteria in your gut, which is going to be beneficial for your gut microbiome. And so that's going to help to populate your gut with an array of healthy bacteria in your gut, which is actually going to help you in losing fat. It's also going to help with your metabolism, reduce inflammation in your body, and there's just lots of other health benefits. Insoluble fiber is going to contribute to regular bowel movements, and that's obviously going to be helpful for your overall gut health, because if you are not pooping throughout the day, then your gut health is not doing so well. Things can kind of get stuck in there, ferment, and doesn't end well. So we don't want that to happen. We want to have regular bowel movements, and insoluble fiber is going to help with that. So some sources of soluble fiber are things like apples, oats, bananas, beans, peas, lentils, nuts, seeds, and barley. Insoluble fiber is going to be things like whole wheat flour, bran, brown rice, vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, nuts, seeds, potatoes, sunflower seeds, almonds, things of that nature. So for females, you really want to aim for about 25 grams of fiber per day. If you are not sure how much fiber you're getting in per day, I would suggest you sign up for chronometer.com, and you can just track a couple days to see where you land. And that will give you a great idea of how much fiber that you're taking in per day, and you can adjust from there. If you're not taking in enough fiber, then you can obviously just increase the foods that I listed, but I would suggest that you are drinking plenty of water when you are increasing your fiber intake, and you do it slowly. Because if you increase your fiber intake too quickly, you are going to get some serious stomach issues. Ask me how I know. One time I ate 2 Fiber One bars back to back, which my stomach was not doing so good after that. You never want to just do a huge increase of fiber overnight, because your stomach will be very bloated and it will hurt very bad. So just do it slowly and make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. Hack number 3 is to get more sleep. Sleep is crucial for fat loss and muscle building. Basically, that is the time when your body's healing and repairing itself, and it's allowing you to get better at your sport. And for all the things that you want to have happen with your body, it's going to happen then. Sleep is going to impact your energy balance, your appetite regulation, and your overall metabolic health. So it's really important to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. Not only that, it's going to help with reducing cravings. If you have ever been low on sleep, you'll know that you are craving sweets more, or comfort food more, or carbohydrates more. And that's because your body just wants a quick source of energy. And those foods are going to be your quick sources of energy. The best thing to do is just make sure that you are getting enough sleep. And I can do a whole separate podcast episode on sleep and how you can make sure that you're getting in enough sleep. But the best thing that I can tell you is make sure that you're looking at your evening before to make sure that you are getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, and really know what is best for you. Some people need to be on that higher range, whereas other people feel better being on that lower range, and that's completely fine. But make sure that you know where you stand in terms of what feels good for your body, and make sure that you can make it happen. So that means if you need to get in bed a little bit earlier at night to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, but what do you need to do to make that happen? That is definitely something that I would spend a little bit of time on and really try and push yourself to make that happen. If you're not getting enough sleep, it's really going to interfere with your hormones like leptin and ghrelin, and that can basically make you more hungry, which is going to make it harder for you to lose fat. So it's really important that you are focusing on this. Plus, you won't feel tired all the time because you are getting in plenty of sleep. Studies even show that inadequate sleep can lead to more weight loss from lean mass compared to adequate sleep when in a calorie deficit. And that's because sleep affects how your body regulates energy intake and expenditure. And if you're not getting enough sleep, it can really disrupt these processes. So you want to make sure that you are focusing on sleep. I've always said that sleep is like the magic weight loss pill that we don't talk about. Hack number 4 is HIIT training. So HIIT training is basically where you're going to do a combination of high intensity intervals, and that is going to be completely all out, everything you've got. Imagine a lion is chasing you and you are running for your life. That's what it's going to look like. And then that's going to be followed up by a period of a slow rest time, meaning if you're running as fast as you can, all out for as long as you can, followed by a couple minutes of just walking to get your heart rate back down to where it was in the beginning. And you would repeat that a couple times. That does not mean that you're going to do it for 40 minutes. It would be more like 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. That's it. You don't have to stay on the treadmill or a cardio machine for an hour. You're just going to bust it out and get it done and get out of there. There's a study that showed if you did HIIT training 3 times per week for 10 minutes each time with no more than 2 all-out sprints, you will make changes to your metabolic rate. And that was studied over a 6-week exercise program. And that was compared to a 10-month intervention program with other subjects who exercised 3 times a week for 40 minutes doing steady state cardio. So this study actually showed that it's more efficient to do HIIT to burn fat than it is doing the steady state cardio. And when they measured the glucose and insulin sensitivity of these participants afterwards, they showed no improvement. That same study actually showed that the high intensity group gained lean mass in their legs compared to the steady state intensity group, which did not gain anything. So that's basically saying by doing HIIT, you're going to lose body fat and gain muscle at the same time, which is what everybody wants. HIIT cardio basically allows your body to adapt and make changes to your metabolism that activates fat-burning enzymes. So if you want to change your metabolism, you have to increase muscle mass and increase your muscle's oxidative capacity. Mitochondria in your muscle is where ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is made and fats are burned. The more mitochondria that you have and the more active they are, the greater oxidative capacity you will have for fat loss. HIIT increases mitochondrial capacity, and you can actually increase the amount of mitochondria you produce. So basically, by doing HIIT cardio, that means that you're going to be able to burn more fat. Another study actually showed that doing more steady state cardio caused more muscle loss than HIIT. And that's because HIIT caused more muscle retention because you're activating those muscles like you would be when you are lifting weights. So let's recap the 4 hacks here. Number 1 is to eat more protein. Number 2 is to eat more fiber. Number 3 is get more sleep. And number 4 is HIIT training. Notice nowhere in here did I say cut your calories down to nothing and starve yourself, because none of those things are going to be helpful. They're never going to be sustainable, and it's not going to get you the results that you want if you want to maintain your muscle, if not even build muscle, while losing body fat at the same time. Hey friend, if this podcast inspired you, encouraged you, or changed you, I would love for you to leave me a review and share it with a girlfriend who will find it helpful or inspiring. That is the best way you can thank me and help me share my knowledge so I can help more people just like you. I'm so thankful that you spent this time with me today, and I'd love to connect with you. Join my Facebook group, Female Sports Nutrition, or send me a DM on Instagram, or hop on over to my website, elitenutritionperformance.com. I'll see you back here next week.